Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Gary. If at all you're new on this show, thank you so much. You're welcome. Consider subscribing. If at all you're returning, it's Fat Love. I love you so much. So in today's show, we are having a guest. Actually, let her introduce herself first.
Hi guys. I'm so glad that I'm here today. Dora, commonly called Tuhi. So Tuhi Dora. By full names, the Tuhi stands for Tuhirire. Yeah, from the West.
Was it necessary for you to add on that from the West?
Yeah, because most people definitely get to ask that. It's not a common name, so people will ask from where. So that's why I had to add that as well.
Yeah, clearly you have heard she's from the West. So today's show is going to be basically about life before marriage. We need to know. Tell us a few things there and there, how she has lived life before marriage. And we are going to get to know, is she married? Is she intending to get married? Keep around, you guys. Okay. So, Mrs. Tuhirire.
Miss Tuhirire.
First, I'm not yet married. I'm sorry, I get confused. Okay, Miss Tuhirire, tell us about yourself first.
My names have been said. Apparently, I'm a hustler, first and foremost. I look for money from all corners. So if you have anywhere that you have that I can get money from, I'm so ready. Firstly, I'm a hustler. I have two interiors. That is my personal initiative that I run. I do curtains, cushions, house decor, flowers, and all that. So that's where I am. Basically, by education background, I did a bachelor's in industrial art and design. And then apparently I'm doing a master's in education administration with human resource development at UMI. In my last phase. So basically that's me. Yeah.
I'm glad to associate with my land friends, man. You have a master. You're going to get a master's.
Yeah.
And are you okay with telling us your age? Because most of the times people get their masters when they're 40, 35, but you look young.
I'm not actually young. I'm old because I'm 27. And though sometimes because I'm a little bit smaller, I look like I'm 24, 23, but no, I'm 27. And this month, I'm likely to make 28. It's actually scary. But at times, when you clock 25 and it's amazing, you're 25 and it's so jolly. Yeah, it's cool, it's interesting. But after the 25, you even tend to forget how old you are. The journey between 25 and 30 is a bit confusing, so you forget. Sometimes I tend to ask myself, how old am I actually? Then I'm like, I have to first count, and then I remember. So previously I was counting myself. I'm like, but this month is my birth month. But how old am I turning? And I counted, and I'm actually making 28 this month.
Me, I'm scared. I don't know my real years, but it's okay. So we have heard the introduction. So Dora, tell us what life is after school.
Life after school, yeah.
By the way, are you employed? We have heard that you have your personal businesses, but yes, are you employed? Do you have a boss? Do you have an employee?
Yes, I do. I have a boss. It was not my first employment. It was my second employment. So life after school, normally, the truth is, as I finished school, I knew life was already going to be straight. We're going to get money. Money was the own thing. So But I was blessed that by the time I got out of school, I had a job because I used to tutor art. So I did the tutoring of art before I left the university, where I was retained from my internship, and I kept there for some time. And so after school, I remember I started up a boutique with a friend, and then within that time frame, still I had a job. I was working, earning little money, but it was there. Yeah.
And there's no little money in Uganda, you don't know.
Yeah, it's not little, but it was little. Right now, I sit back and I be like, oh, that money was so little to be that it would sustain me because I used to stay alone. Yeah, so
what did you desire to be when you're growing up?
Yeah, when I was younger, a little younger, I used to say I wanted to be a lawyer. But, you know, as you grow up, the dreams get to change. So, I really, when I streamlined and I knew I was getting to be in the art world, I remember I used to tell myself I want to by 25 to have like an art gallery, to have like a lot of display spaces. I do exhibitions, I do that. So basically that used to be my dream. I used to think I will be having like an art gallery. I have big, like that was one of the big things I really thought I would be having. Like I can display work, I go for big exhibitions. And yeah, basically that was my mind about me growing up.
Oh, that's amazing. Okay, let us try to go straight to our today's discussion. Okay, what does it feel? Actually, let us not even ask a question. Tell us briefly about life before marriage. Like, are you single? Are you seeing someone? Tell us about your love life.
My love life. Oh wow. As to myself, I can say growing up, I used to be afraid of relationships. That is some true thing about myself, because
Why were you fearing relationships?
I used to be scared of relationships because I grew up with my cousins. We stayed in the same home. So there are so many occasions whereby my cousins disappointed mommy a lot. They've educated you, you've not even completed school. Then you hear this one has dropped out, they have gotten into marriage, the other one got pregnant. So that always freaked me out, and I'm like, I would not want to get into this when I'm still young, you get?
Oh,
so I imagine that getting into a relationship anytime
things may
backfire, and then I'm like, no.
You could explain to mom.
Yeah, that is I don't know, I just kept pulled back. I just wanted to
do things right.
To do, like, I knew one day, one time, the relationship, the man of my dreams will come in the
Have
picture.
I had the man of your dreams?
Yeah, the man of my dreams will come in the picture. Though I'm not this person who had always dreamt about relationships. But one thing I know about myself, if I have loved, I love with my whole heart.
We shall get to know about that. Okay.
Yeah.
So, after school, after that entire thing of fearing mom, fearing dad, and now you have made it already, you're done with school, you're no longer disappointing them. Did you try to have something about relationships?
Yeah, I have. I have dated, not one person, not two only. But what I can say, with my relationship life, of course, like, they come in, they disappoint, you stay harder and you believe. But personally, the people I dated from after school up to now, and maybe things have not worked out, I feel like I've not sat down and really haunted myself. Why? I feel maybe that's not. It had not been my time.
Do you feel like you do your best to those relationships?
Yeah, I think I do my best, and sometimes like in my previous relationships, I've been taken people take you for granted, and you feel like you're used because you give in your all, and then they don't reciprocate what you've given in.
That's quite absurd.
Yeah, it's so absurd. And then sometimes you feel like I said, I love. When I love, I really love, and I give in my all.
Okay.
So me, in my previous relationships, I feel like Mbantu will say, like, I have arrived. Again, I have arrived. I have no reasons to doubt.
You are settled.
Yes, I'm settled. I have no reasons to doubt them. I feel like they are the people, because I'm a person who has always prayed to God for a partner that would love me, and I would love them back.
And understand.
Yeah, and they would should really understand me. So when someone gets into my space and then they claim to love me, I feel like maybe it's a person God has sent me, and then I always get to love them back. I give my all. So yeah.
You guys, to be honest, girl child that suffered, relationships are not easy. I'll tell you my story about my relationship. I think in the next show we'll try to get to know my relationship, but me I fear relationship. Actually, after God, the next thing I fear are relationships. Anyway, since you have had those on and off relationships, so have you tried to better yourself? Okay, within this time when you're single, you're like, man, I've had relationships and they're not working out. I'm having time to myself. What have you been using that time since you're now single?
In my time of a single lady, I think I've done the best for myself. Firstly, I have looked after myself. I make sure that I look fine.
I see you are glowing.
I wake up and I'm in the mirror and I'm like, oh wow, this is the girl God wants in me. And then I have traveled, not so much to so many countries,
but your capacity.
Yes, I have traveled. If you ask me all parts of Uganda, I've been to all those tourism.
Actually, you guys, we are from Uganda, Kampala, the Pearl of Africa. Our country is beautiful. In case you're not a Ugandan or you're not in Uganda, you can come check it out. Okay.
Yeah, so most of my time I do the traveling to make myself really happy. I have put up a home for myself where I find comfort. I have not waited for anyone to put comfort for me. So wow. I put for myself comfort. I stay alone. So I make sure that a home I stay in is a home that makes me really feel like, I'm comfortable. I come back to my place. It's a movie. If it's making a meal, I make it and I have it eaten. So I can't say I have not done much. I've tried to better myself. I have hustled. I look for money from all corners. No one to ask you, where are you? I have no one to answer all those questions to. My family, if I have a gig and it's out of town, I call, I'm not around, but I'm here and here, but I will be back in this and this time frame. So I have done a lot for myself. I'm not answerable to anyone. I have tried to boost the brand of my interiors. So basically, that's what I've been doing in this whole time, and maybe being there for my siblings and friends and family, and making sure that my heart is full with what I give out to them.
Okay.
In my little.
Thank you so much. We are winding up, and we want to know, what are your last remarks or advice you would give to a fair lady there or a young girl who has gone through this so much heartbreaks, and they're trying to put those parts together. You know how, let me tell you, heartbreaks are not easy. So you can tell us.
Heartbreaks are not really easy. I've been through them. I have cried. I have cried because of relationships. And it has been so sad. I used not to think that someone can really cry because of a relationship, and you cry, and I went through it at some point in my life. But people out there, and you've been through a heartbreak, or you are going through a heartbreak, my dear, it's not the end of the world. Put God in it. He will be the comforter. All I can say, cry it out. Let all the tears out and be fine, rather than keeping them to yourself. The best I can say, keep yourself busy. Get things that are so constructive. Look after yourself. Look good for yourself.
Actually,
don't look good for
yourself.
Yeah, discover yourself. Do a lot of discovery. Do things that make you happy. Enjoy your life in the single bit, because you see there's so many people who get into relationships when they are not ready. They get into marriage when they're not ready. They have not yet discovered themselves.
They don't just anything about themselves.
Yeah, it's just after school and you're already running into marriage because others are there. But I think now the mistakes I would have made in marriage, I have seen so many, because I've talked to so many friends who are not married. I have talked to so many friends who are already married and they are facing those things. I feel like right now, there's so many mistakes I will not make when I'm there. So I think if you're out there, you still have a lot of time to better yourself, to do the best for yourself, love yourself, look good, eat, drink water, look healthy. Glow is the word. Do the best for yourself. Work hard. Money is important. As long as you have the money, you can have your peace of mind. You do all that makes you happy. So if you're out there and you're going through those heartbreaks, I feel sorry because I know what it means. But, well, look after yourself. Look good.
Okay, our viewers, thank you so much for your time. Dora, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for having me on here. Really, yeah, she has shared a lot. And I pray, or I hope it benefits you guys. Okay. Thank you for your time. See you.